Good morning from the UK, 3rd of the 9th, 2017, and I hope everybody across the earth is having a safe weekend as we still continue to search those skies. Got some fantastic images coming in from great people from all across the world, showing the proof that our skies are changing. And please take care. Here we have some fantastic attachments coming in from Sean, from Serena in Canada, in the USA. Look at this image closely. Again, look at the horizon, that red array, that red haze. They are chemtrailing and screening our Sol, the Sun, every single day. This image shows the persistence that they're doing. They are always spraying each horizon. This is just a fantastic image showing you the proof again of what they do. Dark skies, very dim. I'm going to go to another attachment from Sean as well. These images are fantastic. Here is the next image as well. You can clearly see as the Sol, the Sun goes down, this huge blanket of chemtrail trash in the sky that moves across the sky. Can you see to the left hand side as the Sol, the Sun's going down, there's a red reflection, a red haze in the sky that's gone down as well. Look at this trash that they produce in the sky every single day to hide the system. Again, another fine image. Thank you, Sean, for this. This is another image as well, like the first image, but you can clearly see that they chemtrail to try and cover it as well. They know that the Sol, the Sun's burning through all that trash, so they're attempting to cover it as the Sol, the Sun goes down. More chemtrails, more activity, just to hide the truth. They don't want us to see the other heavenly body. The skies above are being cloaked all the time. Another fine image, and again, many people are sending in images. Let's go to another subscriber's image, and again, Sean, thank you for this. Another fantastic photograph that's come in also, just moments ago, by Sean, again from Canada. Just showing you what they do. These chems again, and look at the Sol, the Sun, huge red reflection up there as well behind all that trash. And he did say that there is another reflection as well down here. Can you see this? Another colour in the sky, very green reflections as well, different colours up there. Trash again. Something is being hidden up there, and we are getting closer to the truth. We just got to continue, haven't we, to showing these images around the world, proving that they are spraying the whole of the earth. I'm going to go to another photograph now. These photographs again from Canada. Just see that pink haze, and all that you see in the sky on this photograph is just chemtrails, toxins. It's calm before the storm. We know that something's going to happen because we do see these strange colours. Today here in the UK at 1 PM. And others from the UK as well would know this as well, that the skies, as the Sol, the Sun was up there, okay, this white colour that's beaming down on the land, there was another light source hitting on them cloud systems, very red, very orange, these colours. Now they do cloak these heavenly bodies because again we're getting 2 to 3 reflections. It is very important to get these words out. I'm going to go to another image now. This is the next photograph. Canada is being heavily chemtrail. All that trash in the sky. Different light source going down. We've got the Sol, the colour going down, but we've got these huge red reflections as well. Look at all this. This is being controlled by, again, HARP, and it's moving slowly towards the Sol. Every day they do this to cover the truth. Yet more trash. These images are fantastic to show the people that what they're seeing, those dark cloud formations mixed with chemtrails. It really is upsetting our weather patterns because we do get abrupt changes as the system is completely messed up there now. They are messing with our stratosphere. The atmosphere again is being hugely polluted with this. And all they do is just want to stop people from seeing the truth, these objects that are coming in from the inner solar system now. I just want to point out as well, when we see these images, think back in the past and we have not seen these cloud formations before. Deliberately spraying our skies, starting off early hours of the morning, thousands of feet high, with those turbine engines, those chem planes, and then this is what they produce. Very strange lines in the sky, not natural at all. Two different reflections in the sky. You've got that object and this red on the horizon, this simulator they use all the time. Again, we're being fooled, and people, I hope, are starting to acknowledge the truth now. We really need to just keep pressing on and showing what they're doing. Here is the two reflections on this next photograph. This red reflection, can you see this down on the horizon here? And here's the area of the Sol, the Sun, and this simulator. Look at this trash. It's being, I mean, all this is man-made toxic waste to hide the truth. The powers that be just don't want no one to acknowledge this. Another red haze in the sky. More chemtrailing, more trash. These dark, strange cloud formations. Look again on the horizon. Here. Look at all this reflection that's coming down as well. We've got a huge, heavily body that's reflecting on our skies from the southern hemisphere. Look at this here. This object again is burning through these chemtrails. Fantastic photographs. And we've just got to keep going, haven't we? Because I'm having emails from other subscribers from the southern hemisphere saying that their skies are completely caked in chemtrails. And they're seeing huge red reflections. Another fantastic photograph to prove that we've got this system that's travelling with the sun. I mean, you can clearly, here it is here, this red reflection up there, chemtrailing. Fantastic images. And Sean, please keep safe. Any more photographs, please send them in so we can show other people that the truth is here now. Okay, we've got another subscriber's image called Gatius from Mexico, and he says that there was another light source northeast. Can you just see that light source on the horizon? It was showing for a couple of hours and then just disappeared. Another red haze in the sky at 3 AM in the morning. Now again, people being more persistent, aren't they? Just checking the skies to see that there is other light sources. And he states as well that the skies were heavily chemtrailed, but it lifted up on the horizon, and he was absolutely outstanding to see this reflection here. Well done for catching this as well, and also please keep safe over there in Mexico, because we're all noticing as well that many parts around the world are being heavily sprayed. So again, thank you for this image. Here's the next image for this kind subscriber from Mexico. Can you clearly see? If you look closely, you can see a round object just here, a red haze behind all that trash in the night sky. Something. It could be anything, but again, it just looks very, very strange. It's something there, isn't it, if you look closely? So again, thank you for this photograph, because again, we do have these objects now in our solar system. Thank you. Okay, this video, this short webcam video, was taken from Don Shady from the UK, seeing a red reflection. You can see that, can't you, to the left hand side? That reflection coming up as the sun was about to rise. From yesterday morning, to see a red haze on that cam. Thank you for this capture as well. Fantastic, thank you. I've zoomed on this image as well. You can clearly see that red reflection on those chemtrails. Something else that's rising there as well. You can see the haze in the sky, the trash. It is coming. NIBIRU is now showing this huge red reflection. Please do as well, in the afternoons, look to the northeast of the sky. You will see a red reflection behind all that cloud system that they put there as well, to hide in that haze, that red haze. It's here now. There's no doubt in it. It is truly here. Here we have a video that's come in from Scooby from the USA, and I just want to pinpoint this out to you as well. If you look carefully on the video, you will see an object that moves across the screen, going from the top left corner downwards, and it is, again, having the camcorder, because this is what this kind subscriber's done, just left the camcorder on record all day, and we do pick up objects, don't we? They come across the sky very, very quickly, so it's very hard to be able to pull your camcorder out, or camera, mobile phone, and take the images. So again, just keep your camcorder on live record and you will pick up objects. I'm going to play this video to you now, and again, respect to you for sending this in. This is fantastic. More great images showing proof that there are other objects up there in the heavens. I'm going to play that for you again, but what I've done is as well, I've slowed it down so you can catch that object, because it does go past the screen very fast. It's only a 4-second video, so I slowed it down for you, and then I'll zoom in on this object as well, because I find it very fascinating that we do see other things up there. Okay, this is the object that you can see that goes clearly past the area of the sun. Now, it does move, has moved in a very strange way. It seems to be skimming the atmosphere. Something is going on. We do see these orbs, or whatever they are. Are they being ships, or are they something else? I'm just going to zoom into it a bit more away from the sun as well, so we can see without the glare. This is the other image as well. This object, I don't understand this. I wouldn't know what size it is, but it does look very strange, doesn't it? Another different formation, something that we're not familiar with in our skies. Fantastic capture. I'm going to show you it just above those chemtrails as well. This is it above the area of, you can see them chemtrails, the pink haze up there. I believe again that whoever they are, or whatever they are, they know that this system is coming in. Just another great capture, and Scooby, thank you for your persistence. Any more footage, again, please send it in to us. Here we have more attachments coming in from Julie D. Another fantastic subscriber sends me long emails, and big respect to you too as well. And also, please do yourself stay safe, because we all need to stay safe as we are seeing these changes. This photograph is showing you that there is other objects that are in front of our sun. This huge red reflection that we see on the cloud formations as the sun is going down, and the chemtrails. Look at the two different colours. Can you see this orange haze that's there? Here, and this pink reflection on the outside here as well. NIBIRU reflection, the pink reflection, and another heavenly body. Again, helium is out there in our system as well. Look at the reflections on these chemtrails. We are heading for a pole shift. This event is true, and it is coming, because again we're seeing these huge dark shadows in the skies. Please keep an eye on the opposite side as the sun's going down. You will see these strange colours that's reflecting on the cloud systems. Fantastic photograph. We've all got to remember of our skies in the past. We really have, because these colours have never been seen before by us. They have been seen, I believe, before by the Sumerians, but not by us. Now we are starting to see the changes. We are seeing these colours now that are reflecting on our cloud systems. So NASA and government are worried about this, because they know that the veil is opening. They know that this is now starting to show in the skies all across the world. Huge colours, different colours up there with the soul, the sun. It's now starting to show itself. They can't stop it from reflecting on those cloud formations and chemtrails. So another fantastic photograph. Thank you, Julie. Here is the next true image as well. Those colours, they're reflecting now on those cloud chemtrail systems. And look again, HARP has been screening the sky in the USA. These images are very, very fresh as well. That's just come in. I mean, look at the this red ring around the area of this simulator that's reflecting through. These objects, again, have been being cloaked for many years, been hidden from the public, but now these reflections are starting to come out. We have a huge problem, and all this activity that we see in the skies is just to hide the system. They use cloud formations, pushing these clouds in front of the area of the sun. Please don't think that this is a natural cause. It's not. It's been manipulated. It's man-made, controlled. Also as well, when we see images of two reflections that's lighting up on the sea, you get the sun, the sol, that's lighting up on the sea, and also with another object that's reflecting on the sea as well. That is not lens flare. Lens flare does not reflect on the sea as well, so it's important to pick up all information, because again, the powers that be, they will try and fool you to say this is lens flare, nothing else but. But again, think out the box, because we do see different colours. I'm going to go to another image as well, and again, thank you Julie for these photographs, and thank you for your kind respect as well. More images coming in from another kind subscriber, Mr. John Dillon, showing you on the evening sky, you can see clearly that red haze on the horizon, more chemtrails, more activity, and he notes as well that he doesn't feel 100% with all this heavy spraying in the skies. I've had another 11 emails being sent to me saying they don't feel right when they do spray the skies. They just feel awful, headaches and ringing in their ears, runny noses. I mean, everything is being affected by this, and they still continually do this every single day. This again is more proof that the skies are being hazed and sprayed all the time. Dark reflections, dark shadows up there as well, chemtrails, and just again, just very unnatural, isn't it? Thank you for this superb photograph. All the photographs coming in are just outstanding to show the truth that we are now seeing changes in our skies. Another fantastic photograph as well. And also John reported in as well in an email that there was a strange noise, strange eerie noises up there, like a trumpet or something very strange. But again, the powers that be have fooled the public to thinking that everything is fine. So we really need to think out the box with this whole situation, because we are seeing too many differences now. Here we have more fresh images that have just come in from Florida in the USA. Fantastic. Now this subscriber's VJB1111 and would like to remain anonymous, but has captured a beam of light. If you look clearly on the screen, there is a huge beam of light coming through, and this subscriber said that it just stayed there for about 20 minutes and then just faded off. But there's nothing down the bottom here, just fields. Something was beaming down. Thank you for this photograph, and I will now show the subscribers your next image. Here is the next image as well. Now you can see the natural clouds lowered, very low, and this chemtrail activity above. They also stated as well that they could hear those planes spraying above the cloud formations, and this strange yellow reflection that's right around the horizons, and then it just got very, very dark. Another fantastic image, and also states that they've been watching the sea, the levels, okay, on the sea line as well. The levels of water seem to be rising. They've been rising recently at quite high. I mean, look at this photograph again. Look how high the sea level is. Now other people are reporting this in from the past couple of weeks, I get a few emails saying that the sea levels have risen. Another fantastic image. Thank you for this, because I believe again that there is huge parts of the South and North Pole that are melting, and this is what's causing this, our levels to rise. Things are rapidly changing. See, we get the news media and other channels and what have you say these send out these reports about sea levels rising, and then after a while it just gets covered up. Nobody seems to talk about it anymore. So we've really got to remember the past reports of what's happened in the past, because again it clearly shows that there's a problem. This is the second image, two images taken of the same coastline. Okay, now look at that strange colour, very green, different textures up there in the skies as well, because we've got other objects. And again the level as well of the sea, very, very strange as well, because it is over there in Florida getting much stranger every day. This is the next photograph from this kind subscriber from Florida, and again just spraying the sky. We do again see every single day this strange cloud formation as the sol goes down. Look at all this grey haze in the sky, dark shadows. And from the past years, this subscriber as well says that the sun would go down, blue skies, but now it's just being covered up all the time. Thank you for your persistence, your images and your kind emails. Here we have some other fantastic images that just come through as well from Kyra Ridgway from Western Australia. Now we need to pinpoint this out as well. Now this subscriber has a beautiful view as well. We do have some stunning images that come through from everybody who has perfect views of viewing those skies, noticing those changes. Look at the different colours. Again, the sol, the sun, and this pink haze in the sky from NIBIRU, this red reflection. I mean, it's reflecting on those chems. Again, all this is trash. This is all toxic waste that's being sprayed to hide the truth. And this subscriber's turned around, Kyra, and said that through the different years she's never seen it like this before. She's noticed the chemtrail activity being sprayed, and also noticed the plant life as well in them areas that she lives seems much more drier, and is shocked about this. So I'm going to move to the next image from Kyra as well, because these are fantastic as well. This is the next image as well. Again, when Kyra turned around and said on an email, she said she's never seen these strange reflections on the cloud system and also the chemtrailing. This pink haze is very much different now. Not from the sol, the sun, the reflections are coming from another light source. So again, more proof, isn't it, that other people around the world are seeing the same colours in their skies. And no way, she said, is this from our sol. It's definitely from another object that's reflecting. We're all going to see these heavenly bodies in the near future. Also taking the image as well, look at the plant life, the trees. She states that everything seems to be drying up now. Never has she seen this, and it's again annoying her because the news media are just saying absolutely nothing about this whole situation now. Here is this image again that zoomed out, and as she took moments to take this next photograph, the haze, the pink shadows, the reflections and colours got stronger, and she's absolutely stunned that this is still carrying on and no one is looking up. So again, thank you for this photograph, and again thank you for your proof of what you're seeing. And you're not alone, because we're all seeing the same skies all the time. We're seeing the same differences. So please take care, and thank you for these photographs. As we were just going through Kyra's photographs, these just got sent in as well from Western Australia, from Kyra. Again, you can clearly see the two colours. Very important. You've got the sol, the sun, the yellow reflection going down the horizon. All this is chemtrails spraying to hide the truth. And this pink reflection again from Nibiru, another heavenly body that's up there. 2 reflections in our skies. Thank you for your persistence, and also if you get any more images, please send them through, Kyra, because these are fantastic. This footage was sent in from Joseph, but again this is from another kind man that shows proof all the time that there is something going on out there in our inner solar system. Mr. Steve Olson, WSO channel, fantastic guy. Now I'm going to play this video. It's very short, but it shows you that there is a huge red object that comes up from the other side. I'm going to play this for you now. It's very short, but it is so important to keep tracking everything, because from the ISS International Space Station we are picking up red objects and other light sources. I'm going to play this for you now. It's very short, but it is so important that we all catch this. I've zoomed in on this object as well, and it clearly shows that there's something else. I mean, these heavenly bodies do move like comets. I mean, there is a huge system that's incoming. Now, again, Steve, thank you for your persistence. Your channel is amazing, and we're all following you. So keep safe, and I'm going to move to another subscriber's image as well. Also, Joseph sent this image as well. If you look clearly on the those chems that are being sprayed, you can clearly see that red reflection. We're starting to see red reflections through the daytime. Now this again is not from the sun, this is from Nibiru, another huge colour, okay, that's out there, this heavenly body. It's being picked up now. We're starting to see more evidence coming through. Here's another fantastic capture as well from Joseph Runyak for the USA. Look at that chemtrail. Look at the shadow. See that haze up in the sky that they spray every day, proving it's not a normal cloud formation. That chemtrail is reflecting the shadow on it as well. They are plastering our skies every day so we don't catch anything in the biggest populated areas. This is another great capture. Thank you for this, because now we're seeing that there's far too much spraying going on in our skies, and now we're seeing this red reflection coming in stronger. Another excellent image coming from John Dillon. He says on his email, caught red-handed, as they keep spraying our skies and using that huge chem cloud to hide everything that we now really truly want to see, because again, just there behind that chem cloud it'd be far too dark. Huge shadows moving across the sky, as you saw that footage from Steve Olson, that red object. Because if they didn't chemtrail, we would also, most of us in that part of the world would have seen that huge red object, but it's being hidden from us. Everything is being hidden now. Also, John, when he sends his emails in, he calls these clouds different names, and big respect to you for doing this. He calls this the thumbprint cloud. Can you see these lines in the skies? And it does look like a thumbprint, doesn't it? I mean, look at this. Not normal clouds. This is all trash, again, to hide objects up there. Shadows, dark shadows on this image again. Blue skies, and it gets darker with a red haze. Fantastic images, and we again have to just keep going, haven't we? Also, Dave, another kind subscriber, that's showing the truth as well, and these were taken in the UK. Now, it's very important as well, I've said this before, that you do see the two colours. You've got that yellow haze, okay, from the Sol, and this pink reflection, this colour on these cloud formations from an object that's in front of our sun now. This reflection is from NIBIRU, and we are all seeing these colours. I said just earlier on, it's getting much more noticeable now, isn't it? I'm going to now show you these other attachments from David as well. This array of reflection of red, pink colours on these cloud formations again is showing that there's another object out there. This was facing northeast. Now you can clearly see that this is not from our sun, this colour. So Dave is out every day and also sending in some excellent emails explaining what he sees, and also noticing that this huge colour is not and has not been seen in the past. So again, we're seeing this every single day now, aren't we? And thank you for this photograph. More strange cloud formations and pink reflections. And on this image as well, Dave says that the trees, the plant life, are all dried up. There's no health in them anymore. And again, this is a huge cover-up. They're covering this situation up so none of the members of the public are seeing this. Another fine image as well from John Dillon, explaining that they are covering the system. They use these chemtrails again to manipulate the cloud system, to cover up holes, gaps in these cloud formations that will show the truth. So they are very worried about trying to they're trying to lodge up the hole as well. I mean, look at this chemtrail here. They just want to try and mist it all up so nobody can see what's going on. Fantastic photograph. Also, Dawn Taylor, a fantastic friend from the UK, is always persistent looking at the webcams and can see a lot of changes and differences. And she says on her email here, strange twisting lights. Can you see here on the screen this object, something? And if you can just see to the top here, this something was twisting and reflecting on the cam. Another fine capture. Something is going on, and I believe we are now seeing different objects like I spotted the other early morning. It was very spectacular to see that, and then it disappeared. So going out and studying the night skies is very important for all of us to catch the images. Here's more evidence as well, what they do, spraying those skies. This image is coming from Germany, from Chris C. And again, it is so clear that the skies are very dark for 3 PM on this photograph, and we are seeing that white object. And also, again, I truly believe that they are still building those underground cities using black budget to take our money from our taxpayers' earnings. They really are spending a lot of time down there preparing for this huge event. So it is so important again to show these images and to give out the information. I'm going to go to another subscriber's image. There was another email that these emails just keep flooding through with photographs all the time. So it is just carrying on, isn't it? To showing our skies are truly changing. We really need to expose this and get members of the public to now look up. Another fantastic image come through from another subscriber, 402-646-5450, showing that there is another light source from the opposite side. As the soul's going down, there's another red reflection that's showing itself, cutting through those chems. Just absolutely fantastic, and thank you for this image, because I mean everybody is sending in so much footage now showing the proof that what they are doing, the powers that be, and we are seeing these red reflections. This next image is coming from Paijo Takala, and this lady subscriber is 59 years old, and she is from Finland in a small village. And thank you for your kind email as well. It is everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere is being sprayed. If you look closely, you can see the lines of those chemtrails. And this lady subscriber states that this huge reflection just shadows our blue skies. She's seeing this every day as well, and she's been studying the skies for years, noticing that the differences are here, and very annoyed when they spray the skies, because she full well knows that they're hiding a huge problem. This natural event that's occurred for many years in the past, and she's given good detail of information as well of what she's studied, and she knows that the powers that be are covering the truth, because again, we're just seeing lots of evidence, aren't we? This has happened many times in the past. Here's Projo's next image from Finland, and she lives in the country and notices the trees, the plant life are just not as healthy. In the past you couldn't barely see through the tree, it was very healthy, but now it's just drying up. And that reflection as well doesn't seem right, she states as well, with that white object up there. Another fantastic image. And we just got to keep going, haven't we, to show that everything around us, the differences, are just different now, aren't they? This image has come in again from Andy Yarnell. Now this guy is persistent, sending lots of photographs in to show you that there is a lot of changes up there. And he reports in his email, this is crazy. And it is, isn't it? Strange colours reflecting on those chemtrails and a huge light source. This is getting serious now, isn't it? We are getting stronger reflections in our skies everywhere. And it is a situation on our hands, and we need to truly prepare for this. So again, Andy, thank you for this image. Here it is again, that's zoomed in. Just very, very strange cloud formations, chemtrails, pink reflections that we've not seen before. The truth needs to come out now, and I'm hoping the government, news media are watching our channels, seeing these changes. But I have contacted the BBC, Channel 4 and other media channels, and they just say that these are just normal, nothing strange to see here, because they have been told to say nothing. Another true image. Thank you, Andy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to other subscribers' images, but Andy, thank you for your persistence showing the truth. And if you get any other images, please send them in, because we do have to show them. It's so important. And take care. This next image is coming from Vicky from Florida. Now she states in her email as well, look what they're doing. Right up there, thousands of feet high, is chemtrails, okay? And the lower cloud formations you can just see to the top of the screen. Everything is truly much different now, isn't it? And also, Vicky, thank you for sending this in, because we really need to see these images. This next image is from Colorado in the USA, and Monica, this lady subscriber, is just persistent and noticing those different colours just reflecting on these chems and cloud systems. Another fine image. Just absolutely outstanding how many people are showing these now, to showing that our skies are reflecting different textures and colours from other objects, other heavenly bodies. Here we have another image that's come in from another really kind subscriber called Alonso. Now this chap is from Africa, near Malawi, and he's seeing very strange formations. Can you clearly see that this is a chemtrail? They're spraying the skies over there too, and look at that red reflection, that red haze. As the sun goes down, we've got another object. They're covering it over there too. So everywhere around the world is being sprayed. A huge agenda from all governments. So please, again, take care. This next couple of images have been taken by Suzanne Honeyman, another kind subscriber. Sends a lot of information in as well, and states that there was an object on the opposite side reflecting as the sun went down. This is not the Sol, the sun. Here on the screen here, there's another object. Look at this red reflection. This was well captured, and I hope that everybody sees this as well. Very, very well caught, of a huge object. And states as well that the sky above was very blue behind all these chemtrails. Cloud formations just being lowered down, and also just trash in the sky. But it was well caught. The sky had opened up underneath here to show you that there is another object. Fantastic image. Here is the image that's been zoomed in. There is definitely something that's showing itself there on the horizon. Very, very spectacular image. And thank you again, Susanna. And if you catch anything else, please send the footage in, because we would all like to see this, to showing that there is other celestial bodies that are now showing themselves. This is what they don't want us to see. Thank you for this. These are just coming through as well, okay, from Susanna. Now, this lady subscriber is very persistent. She's on the coastline, the northwest, and she can clearly see as well two light colours in the sky. We see these on other images from around the world, this pink haze. The yellow reflection here is from the Sol, the sun. We've got this other object that's in front of our sun, this pink reflection that's coming in very, very strong. Here is the next photograph again. Pink haze in the sky, trash, chemtrails. It's all evidence that we have a huge incoming problem. And again, it is so important for people to prepare for this. These colours have never been seen before in our skies. This is the last image from Suzanne, just showing you this huge reflection. So please again keep safe. All of us must keep safe when taking images of the skies, because we are seeing this problem that's coming in. It really is frustrating to know that the public around the world are still not looking up. We've got images coming through from P. Palms. Now this lady subscriber is from Pennsylvania, and she is so upset to see her trees being burnt. Now again, look at the area at the back, and also the sunflower. Look at the plant life here. It's changing colour and also drying up, and this is what she is saying on her email, that it's scorched, it's just drying up. Very unhealthy. Through the past years it was very, very healthy, but you can see now these changes, and it's annoying that no one is saying anything or even warning us, because we are being affected by this as well. Really, really bad, isn't it, to see these plants and trees and the growth now on in the world that's just slowly drying up now, dying. This is the image zoomed back in this kind subscriber's back garden. Again, look in the centre. Look how dry these trees look now. Look how, I mean, it's worn, it's dying, isn't it? She's really upset about this because it was very healthy in the past. Something is up there reflecting. There is a huge problem as well with these solar flares. The activity up there is getting much worse. It's not calming down, it's getting much worse, more intense up there. So again, thank you for these images showing the proof that there is a problem. I just want to show this image is just coming again from Susanna. It's a bigger image of this object that's facing a northeast to the opposite side. Now we really got to take notice of the northeast skies, seeing that red haze up there. It really is important. And I just want to say thank you for sending all your photographs and images and video footage in, because we really have to just continue to see that the skies and everything is changing around us. Because again, this is the only way that we're going to try and get the information out there, because the powers that be won't say a word as they are tracking this heavenly body. They just want their banking system to stay as it is. The agenda is happening now all across the world, so please again take care, and I will do another video shortly from Matt Rogers.
Today we will be viewing images from unedited photos obtained over the past couple days from the Federal Aviation weather cams scattered across Alaska and Canada. All videos are in time-lapse mode, with each frame equal to 10 minutes. On March 19th, the southwest-facing weather cam in Port Lions, Alaska, picked up a very faint image of something enormous and tan-colored on the right side of the screen, partially set over the horizon as the sun begins to descend for the evening. It's nearly transparent from the atmospheric chemicals, but look closely because it is there. Then on March 4th, the south-facing weather cam at Hoona, Alaska, captured this same object on a rare uncloudy day. It is so massive that neither the top nor the bottom of this object can fit into the camera screen. We had an even sharper view of this the very next day on another rare cloudy day in Hoona, Alaska. For Earth to not be in an upheaval, it must still be many millions of miles away. This mammoth object sets next to the left of our sun, causing very pinkish red skies on those nights in the lower 48 states where we are lucky enough to see a piece of the horizon through heavy chemtrail cloud cover. As the sun moves westward, the sun simulator, explained in many previous videos, puts out an enormous amount of glare in an attempt to engulf this huge object in glare, rendering it non-viewable. This glare engulfing feature is what causes our sun to have the appearance of changing sizes dramatically throughout the day. Viewers may recall that the other day we saw the sun about 30 times its normal size from the south-facing weather cam in Kipnuk, Alaska. This same gigantic tan-colored planet that we see every morning, clouds permitting, from the southwest-facing camera at the military base in Elmendorf-Richardson, Alaska. There is a third object on the right edge of the screen. Remember this, because we will see that again later. The sun appears to take on a contorted shape as the sun simulator engulfs this object in glare to make it non-viewable. Clouds permitting, we see this same huge object rising next to the sun every morning from the southeast-facing weather cam located in Cheakamus Canyon, British Columbia in Canada. Our real sun is the smaller light on the left, and the gigantic tan orb, now highly illuminated by the sun simulator, is on the right. The concealment jet, explained in detail in our March 21st video, maintains perfect alignment with the center of the sun simulator and the eclipsing planet, sending signals to the sun simulator regarding the various types of concealment, be it glare engulfing, blurring, or shadowing. Odd-shaped reflections of this concealment jet are visible near the bottom of the screen. In the last frame, we see the blurring mechanism applied. Eventually, this gigantic object becomes blurred and then fades away into the transparency of the atmospheric chemicals. On the southwest-facing camera in Skagway, Alaska, we see the late afternoon sun getting low and approaching these same two objects again that we saw from the military base and the Hoona, Alaska cameras. Soon they will be setting to the left and to the right of our sun, causing red and pink skies to the left and to the right of our sun. The Sun simulator takes on a contorted shape in order to cover the closest object in glare, and we see the odd-shaped reflections of the concealment jet swing across the screen. The south-facing weather cam in Talkeetna, Alaska, shows another eclipse with a large planet full of craters. Notice the airplane-shaped reflection of the concealment jet, which aligns itself with the eclipsing planet and the black center of the Sun simulator for optimum concealment. This planet has some very interesting craters and texture to it, which are really brought out with some contrast applied. From Old Harbor, Alaska, we see the black dot reflecting upon the water, proving that it is not a camera issue, but an actual piece of equipment. From the weather cam in Taslina, Tulsona, we see the concealment jet in action again, closely following a transparent planet, barely even visible with contrast applied to it. Reflections of this jet swing across the lower part of the screen as the Sun approaches the planet in preparation for an eclipse. Notice how the reflections of the jet equipment line themselves up with the eclipsing planet and the center of the Sun simulator. These objects are part of an approaching celestial system. Many people ask when the system will make its closest pass to our Earth. A general indication of time is provided in the following screens of text. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Good afternoon. This is Universal News Media. Today is March 28th, 2018. Today we will be viewing images from unedited photos obtained yesterday from the Federal Aviation weather cams in Alaska and Canada. All videos are in time-lapse mode with each frame equal to 10 minutes. Our first video came from the east-facing weather cam located in Chandler Shelf, Alaska. It shows a white sun with a yellow perimeter. Most people have noticed that our sun is no longer yellow, it's white. The yellow rim that you see is our actual sun. The white center is an artificial light installed about 20,000 miles from the Earth. Its glare radiates outward from a tiny but incredibly intense light source that NASA patented years ago with the U.S. Patent Office. NASA named it Sun Simulator in their patent. It tracks in perfect synchronization with the Sun. Planets pass in front of the real Sun, but behind the Sun simulator, so that it's not obvious an eclipse is occurring, just as in this video from the weather cam in Wainwright, Alaska. The black dot in the center of the Sun simulator is an actual piece of equipment and casts a reflection upon the water as seen in this image from the Myers-Chuck, Alaska weather cam. In this video from Burwash in the Yukon Territory of Canada, the real Sun is not visible because it is behind the helium-4 gas cloud, which is only visible to some far north areas. Our March 23rd video shows this gas cloud in great detail. When the Sun simulator passes behind a small object, it completely disappears. This could never happen to our real Sun. In this video from Drumheller, Alberta in Canada, the same thing happens. The Sun simulator disappears behind a tiny street light. Again, this could not be our real Sun. In this video from Prince Rupert, British Columbia in Canada, the Sun simulator disappears behind a small bird feeder post. Ignore the vertical line through the Sun. That's a glare line that many of the Canadian weather cams have. In this video from the southwest-facing weather cam in Kenai, Alaska, we see some objects in the upper left corner of the screen which are very transparent from the atmospheric chemicals. They have an amazing amount of texture, which suggests that they are planets. Since they are oval instead of round, their shape is most likely being skewed from the lens array installed around the Sun simulator. We will see some detailed reflections of those lenses in a minute. Some contrast has been added to these images for better viewing. When these frames are played in sequence, it is obvious that they are rotating. A special concealment jet accompanies every eclipse, as viewed here on the southeast-facing weather cam in Knob Ridge, Alaska. This jet causes very colorful and odd-shaped reflections on thousands of these FAA images, such as we see here. The jet always follows the eclipsing planet, which is successfully hidden by the transparency of the atmospheric chemicals here in this image. The southwest-facing weather cam in Lake Clark Pass, East, Alaska, shows a red, fast-rotating planet with an enormous gaping crater. This planet is somewhat transparent in the atmospheric chemicals, but some contrast brings out the image much better. The yawning crater does make it very easy to see how fast this planet is rotating. In this video from the south-facing weather cam in Northway, Alaska, it is easy to tell that an eclipse is occurring because for 5 frames everything turns to a dark green on a perfectly cloudless afternoon. This means that the eclipse took just under an hour to complete. Here is the highly textured, fast-rotating red planet we see frequently, viewed from the west-facing weather cam in Chokyitzuk, Alaska. The concealment jet is not visible from this angle, but we see its colorful reflections swing across the bottom of the screen. The close-up gives viewers a better look at the red planet. This video from Chilkat, Alaska, shows some effects of the lenses installed around the Sun simulator. For the first few frames, we see the red planet again. Then we see a much larger planet in the upper left corner, which has been blurred by the Sun simulator, and it's also somewhat transparent from the atmospheric chemicals. In the next frame, both objects disappear. 20 minutes later, both objects reappear. This happened because of the lens array. The southwest-facing weather cam in Good News Bay, Alaska, captured an interesting reflection of the lenses in the Sun simulator. We see these same identical reflections in many of the weather cams. From the southwest-facing weather cam in Hawk Inlet, Alaska, it looks like the sun is setting behind the mountain. That is not the sun. It's a different celestial object setting behind the mountain. Look at the timestamp. It's 5:15. 20 minutes later, at 5:06, the real sun emerges from behind the clouds, and it will be setting very soon. The west-facing weather cam in Heidelberg, Alaska, shows the sun still up just enough to cast its reflection upon the water. However, there is a red sunset to the right of where another celestial object has already set. We see the same thing on the Klawak, Alaska camera. The sun is setting over to the left, but a pink sunset has already occurred to the right. And the same thing again from Myers Chuck, Alaska weather cam. The sun is setting close to the middle of this picture, but there is already a red sunset to the right where something else has already set. And once again we see the same thing from the southwest-facing weather cam in Nenana, Alaska, only this object is directly under the sun. Notice the pink sunset under the sun. As the frames move forward, the glow of the unknown object shines between the chemical clouds and the tree horizon. The sun is actually above this orange glowing object, well hidden behind the opaque wall of chemically induced clouds. These objects are part of an approaching celestial system. Many people ask when this system will make its closest pass to our Earth. A general indication of time is provided in the following screens of text. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Good afternoon. This is Universal News Media. Today is June 8th, 2018. The images we will be viewing came in today from the FAA weather cams in Alaska. In the last video I made, many people noticed that a large percentage of the FAA images were being deleted from the weather cams before the public could view them. Today, the weather cam images seem to be back to normal again. Our first video comes from the southeast-facing weather cam located in Uganic Bay, Alaska. The sky is a milky whitish blue color because of the atmospheric chemicals, and those are to hide the large celestial orb in this picture. When contrast is applied to the picture, the planet comes into view better. As the morning progresses, the red planet that we see often enters the picture. I hope that no one embarrasses themselves by commenting that this is a lens flare. We know this is not a lens flare because it is traveling independently of the sun. The sun is moving faster than the red planet. In a few frames, we see both orbs at the same time. The morning sun in Yakutat, Alaska, changed sizes dramatically as it made its way across the sky. This is very abnormal for the sun to be doing this. Years ago, our sun never changed sizes like this. The southeast-facing weather cam in Port Lions, Alaska, captured a red planet rolling across the sky. The craters in this red planet are well defined, enough to be able to roughly count the rotations per hour. It is obvious that this planet is rotating faster than the Earth, and definitely much faster than the Sun. Again, I hope that no one embarrasses themselves by commenting that this is a lens flare. Junior high science tells us that this is absolutely impossible to be a lens flare, because a lens flare cannot display more rotations than the object that is causing the lens flare. Additionally, this planet is moving independently of the sun. When a camera is stationary, the sun's lens flare must follow the sun. The northeast-facing weather cam in Old Harbor, Alaska, shows NASA's equipment in front of the sun. We've discussed this in many previous videos. Here it appears as a black dot, which casts a reflection upon the water's surface. This reflection is seen by anyone with or without a camera, proving that the black dot is an actual piece of equipment and not a lighting issue in the camera. Here is an interesting video from the east-facing camera in Nelson Lagoon, Alaska. Each frame in this time-lapse is 10 minutes, as is the case with all of these pictures. There are no frames missing. The video begins just before 7 a.m. and covers exactly 1.5 hours of time. Watch how the sky and landscape dramatically change from nighttime to daytime and back in 10-minute intervals. Something is definitely not right here. This never happened years ago. I wanted to see if this same phenomenon was occurring at another camera close by. But as you can see by the lone yellow dot on this map, there is no other camera nearby to compare with. I'll check tomorrow morning again and see if I see the same thing happening. The northeast-facing weather cam in Chignik Lagoon, Alaska, captured a red planet traveling through the sky. A close-up shows the interesting crater formations on its surface. It's easy to see a cluster of craters moving as the planet rotates. I hate to state the obvious, but once again, junior high science tells us this cannot be a lens flare because it has obvious craters, is rotating much faster than both the Earth and the Sun, and is traveling independently of the Sun. The east-facing weather cam in Ugonic Bay shows the Sun flashing early in the morning, starting at 4:11 a.m. After flashing for about 4 hours, the Sun finally appears over the mountain, with extremely odd-shaped reflections swinging across the screen near the bottom. We've discussed these odd-shaped reflections in many previous videos. They appear during an eclipse. In just a few frames, we'll see what is eclipsing the Sun. There is our striped planet again, that we've seen many times before. A close-up provides a better view. Some contrast is added here to bring out the details better. And when contrast is applied only to the area of the planet, look how good it comes out. I've had several people comment that it looks edited and pasted. I can guarantee you that no editing was done on this picture except adding the contrast. As a matter of fact, more than one laboratory has taken some of my video and had them forensically analyzed, and they have found that they're completely legitimate with no editing except where I say that I've added contrast. The objects that we've just seen, the celestial objects, are part of an approaching celestial system. Many people ask when the system will be making its closest pass to our Earth. A general indication of time is provided in the following screens of text. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Good afternoon. This is Universal News Media. Today is March 25th, 2018. Today we will be viewing images from unedited photos obtained yesterday from the Federal Aviation weather cams in Alaska. All videos are in time-lapse mode with each frame equal to 10 minutes. Our first video is a solar eclipse viewed from the east-facing weather cam in Barrow, Alaska. Notice the reflections on the right of the concealment jet equipment. We'll see the actual jet in just a moment. As reflections of the jet swing across the screen, the jet comes into view. It's the tiny white dot between the colorful reflections and the Sun. The jet stays right by the transparent planet that has just eclipsed the Sun, sending signals to the Sun simulator. To learn more about the Sun simulator, watch our video from yesterday, March 24th. This planet is so transparent from the atmospheric chemicals that it's difficult to see even with contrast applied to it. The same thing is happening in this video, viewed from the southeast-facing weather cam in Bettles, Alaska. We see the colorful reflections of the jet. The tiny white dot between the Sun and the colorful reflections is the concealment jet. I don't know if this jet is manned or if it is more like a drone. The eclipsing planet passes in front of our sun, but behind the sun simulator, so that it's not obvious an eclipse is occurring. Again, contrast shows the planet, which has been made nearly transparent in the atmospheric chemicals. The west-facing weather cam in Chokyitsick, Alaska, captured this rolling, crater-pocked red planet that we see so often. The sun simulator emits a black positioning indicator beam to the concealment jet in preparation for the eclipse. The airplane-shaped reflection of the jet appears from the right side of the screen. The close-up provides a better view of the detail of this red planet. Our last video shows a gigantic rock, an asteroid, tumbling through space, frighteningly close to the Earth, which appeared to be a very close near miss. This is being viewed from the Elmendorf-Richardson Joint Military Base in Alaska. I'll play it through just as it came off the weather cam, and then I'll play it again with some arrows pointing to the rock in each frame. You can see this enormous rock tumbling and rolling as it goes by. It actually looks like it goes right through the sun. Here's another view with arrows pointing to the rock, so it's easier to track. I wonder how close it came to our sun simulator. The rock tumbles behind the sun simulator, but in front of our sun. And here's a close-up view with arrows. I don't recall hearing anything about this on the news, since they always seem to know when these things are coming by. I was surprised that we didn't hear anything. And the last group of images here is a close-up with some contrast applied. These objects are part of an approaching celestial system. Many people ask when the system will make its closest pass to our Earth. A general indication of time is provided in the following screens of text. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Good afternoon. This is Universal News Media. Today is May 30th, 2018. Over the past 48 hours, this channel was bombarded with vulgar, profane, negative comments, all originating from 2 different offshore call centers. I'm proud to know that I have hit a governmental nerve in order to prompt the hiring of call centers to bombard my channel with bad comments. It's truly amusing. Don't bother looking for them, because I'm able to block them as quickly as they appear. Our first video comes from the southeast-facing weather cam in Cheakamus Canyon, British Columbia in Canada. It starts out with the moon looking like a comet with a tail. I'm not sure why. The tail then separates from the comet and it fades away. Daybreak comes and the sun appears to be flashing. Notice the landscape going from bright to dark as the sun flashes. The sun appears in the upper left corner briefly, with prism-colored rings, odd-shaped objects, and reflections. Just as the sun reaches the top of the screen, it develops a sun halo. Notice the size of the halo in this frame, because in the next few frames we're going to see another sun halo 6 to 7 times larger. Now, 30 minutes of images were just removed from this section. So now we can only see the bottom of this enormous halo. The east-facing weather cam in Angoon, Alaska, shows something rising just above the horizon on the left. It casts its reflection upon the water. It may be interesting to realize that the sun is not in this image because the sun is rising in the northeast in Alaska, not in the east. And this camera is facing east. As we go through the video, look at the timestamp. Nearly 2.5 hours later, the sun appears from the north on the left side of the screen. The object we saw rising 2.5 hours ago was not the sun. It was something else. Here is the northeast weather cam in Angoon. The sun is rising near the center, and off to the right is the other celestial object we just saw rising in the last camera footage we looked at. If the clouds weren't so thick, we would see another celestial object rising to the left of the sun. The northeast-facing weather cam captured a black indicator being emitted for an eclipse. These eclipses occur multiple times daily. Here's a common reflection that we see throughout Alaska and Canada, clouds permitting, of course. Notice the sun's reflection on the water. It's often in two different pieces. One is the sun, and the other is NASA's tiny but intense artificial light launched many miles from the Earth's surface, which tracks in sync with the sun. You can see the black center of that equipment easily in this image, but the black center is not always visible. This photo from the southwest-facing camera in Myers Chuck, Alaska, shows that black center of NASA's artificial light, and it's casting a reflection on the water. This reflection can be seen by anyone with or without a camera. The northeast-facing weather cam in Eagle, Alaska, picked up a very large, round object. Both the glare and the atmospheric chemicals make it very difficult to see. Look closely and you can see NASA's artificial light pass over it. This object passes in front of our sun but behind NASA's artificial light, so that it's not obvious an eclipse is occurring. Since the object doesn't move, it could be one of NASA's large lenses. Here's a close-up of those frames. And here's a close-up with some contrast applied. Here is another enormous object. However, this one is moving with the sun, but not as fast as the sun, as you can see over the course of 40 minutes in this time-lapse video. Here's a close-up view of those 4 frames. And here are those 4 frames with contrast applied to the celestial object. The contrast works much better if sun and clouds are not included in the contrast. That's why I often apply the contrast to a small area of the screen. It really works much better that way. The southeast-facing weather cam located in Kotzebue captured the red planet that we frequently see. This red planet has a much faster rotation than our Earth or Sun. You must have an IQ of at least 75 to understand why this cannot be a lens flare. It is impossible for a lens flare to reflect faster rotations than the object creating the lens flare. Additionally, in the last frame of this video, clouds moved in and covered up the planet. If this were a lens flare, clouds could not cover it up because the lens flare is in the camera and not behind the clouds. Here's an interesting video from the east-facing weather cam in Kotzebue, Alaska. As the sun moves across the sky, the atmospheric chemicals have created somewhat of a veil appearance. It almost looks as if someone has whitewashed the sky around the perimeter of the sun or taken some paint or something. After a few frames, the red planet comes into view. It's very difficult to see amidst the atmospheric chemicals, but some contrast here helps to bring it into view. The objects we have just viewed are part of an approaching celestial system. Many people ask when the system will make its closest pass to our Earth. A general indication of time is provided in the following screens of text. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe.